Stephanie Carson.
And I'm Caitlin Kolarek, and we are the producers of The Cause.
And for the students that we are spotlighting for this month's episode, wanted to do a segment on minority religion. And we kind of had an idea on what we wanted the opening for this episode to look like.
Basically, we wanted to show just how much of a minority alternative religions are. We wanted to do a sort of visual poll, showing a large number of students saying that they were Christian.
Something like this.
Christian.
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 Disciple of Jesus Christ.
Christianity.
Christian.
Southern Baptist.
Christianity.
Much to our surprise, however, a more accurate portrayal of what we found was actually something more along the lines of this.
Atheist.
Non-denominational Christian.
I'm anti-denominational. I'm a Christian.
Wiccan. I don't really have one.
I'm African Methodist Episcopal Zion.
Atheist leaning very closely to agnostic.
Hindu.
I'm pagan.
It's kind of hard to describe. It's a bit of everything, really.
So as it turns out, these minority religions weren't exactly as much of a minority as we thought they were.
Maybe they just aren't as well represented.
Just a mixture of stuff, a lot of philosophy. I believe in reincarnation, but I don't believe in a lot of the other stuff that goes along with it. I don't believe in a nirvana thing. I believe in a god or gods as sort of a personification of what makes the world happen. So not really a scientific what makes the world happen, but sort of the forces.
It was started when the blacks were not allowed to worship with the upper class white Methodists, and they broke off from Methodist and started their own church, which were the African Methodist. And they used the Episcopal sort of type of government, and it's the Zion, which means like a fellowship. So
It's actually really simple. I take Newton's law, which says that matter can't be created or destroyed, and I take Einstein's relativity that says everything's in a space-time continuum. And for me, that negates the necessity for a God.
Sorry, I rambled. Can we redo that?
We've told you all our wisdom that we have.
I don't really have a spiritual affiliation. I don't affiliate with any particular school of thought or practice, but rather I do practice meditation, Zen meditation, and I also do Tai Chi and yoga. I guess I do have a faith or a devotional side, but it's all my own. And so in Japan, for instance, I like to go to temples and shrines for holidays. It's kind of a family tradition, so I honor that. And I guess that's the closest thing to, a major cultural religion would be Shinto and Buddhism. So that's my pagan Asian side to that.
I'm Erica Chester. I consider myself to be kind of an open-ended paganism, in that meaning that I don't particularly ascribe to any one sect of paganism. I'm a lot like I pull things a lot from different areas. I guess in the way that I practice would be that I do a lot of meditation at home. I try to meditate at least 2 times a day, more if possible, if time allows. I love to make sure that I get to have time in nature. Every day it's really important to be able to be in the elements that you worship. You see pagans a lot that are really gung-ho about their religion up front, but when you get right down to it, a lot of them don't actually spend time in the elements that they claim to appreciate and really worship. And that's what paganism is really all about at its core, is worshiping the divine. That everything is balanced, everything has its equal. There is no primary god, they're equal. There's nothing that's above one another. No one person is above another person. No one element is above another element that's more important or more powerful. Everything has its balance.
And the word religion, as it applies to Zen and Buddhism in general, is different than what most Westerners would think to experience it as developed. And that's what Zen and Buddhism is about, is to experience, not to blindly believe something that can't be proved or can't be experienced by yourself.
I guess I would call myself a Buddhist. That's what people call me. My religion preference on Facebook actually says, "Shh, be quiet and you will hear." It's not really so much like what you do; it's how genuine you are. I know, good people who are Christians, like they disagree with me on lots of things, plenty of things. And I know bad people who agree with me on everything. So, I think people come to these things for lots of reasons. Obviously, but I think there is a lot of people looking for maybe a practice of something to do. People who are curious about other religions, other ways of thinking. So I think it's just good to have a lot of different options for people.
My spirituality is nature-based, so I do a lot of practices that emphasize getting to know your body and connecting your body and mind. And I seriously try to practice a lot of ancient traditions from different religious faiths and things like that. And one of them is Tai Chi, which is from the Taoist tradition. And it's basically a series of movements which are sort of like a dance. It's a martial arts practice. So while we're doing these movements, we're not really trying to think about it. We're just trying to feel each part of our body as we do these movements. And supposedly, as we get better, we'll be able to do it without really thinking. It'll just be flowing through us. So that's one aspect about my spirituality, is that, gaining truth and power through your body, not so much doctrine or faith, but just more about practicing and figuring things out through your own body, through your own experience.